Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. Today, we are discussing a prince. This is the Journe Quantième Perpétuel Black Label. It is the black label version of Journe's most contemporary perpetual calendar. 40 millimeters in platinum. The watch has the black label aesthetic, a platinum case with a black dial. Moreover, it has this discontinued clover style dial with the inner steel polished dial bezel. So it's got an outer bezel and an inner bezel. That inner bezel has been discontinued for 2020. Important to note about the black labels, they're boutique exclusives, boutiques and espace. They are also exclusive to those who have previously purchased a new Journe watch. And finally, only 2 examples of any given black label model can be made for a year. So in 1 year, 2 examples of these, no more. Let's talk about the fit. 40 millimeters in diameter. The watch is relatively thin at 11 millimeters thick, 48 millimeters lug-to-lug with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. You can see it's a large watch, but it's not a huge watch. At 40 millimeters, but less than 50 millimeters from lug to lug, I can recommend it for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters in circumference. You can see from this angle, it'll fit underneath the cuff, and then from overhead, I've got enough clearance on the edge of my wrists. Here's your down the barrel shot. You can see how tightly downturned those lugs are. So if you're borderline size-wise to wear this, you're probably going to look good with it on the wrist because those lugs don't flare out. Taking a quick look at the strap, we have large rectangular scale alligator leather in black, semi-gloss, monotone stitch, folded edge. On the underside, you can see Journe factory strap, small round scale alligator, gator on the top, gator on the bottom. The idea is a more durable, longer lasting strap that's a bit more expensive, but worth the expense on a watch like this. You have curved spring bars that mean you can drill the lugs relatively close to the case for a narrow pivot across the wrist, but then there's no impediment against the case. Nothing impedes the motion of the strap. There are pull tab spring bars as well that allows you to use your fingernail to pop the strap off of the case without tools. A simple high polished platinum pin buckle and the Journe case we know so well. There's that knurled double dimple crown, polished case, polished bezel, polished case back. The overlapping lip of the case back and the bezel define the mid case. Then you have Calatrava style integrated blended lugs. The bezel is domed, giving way to a dial that is a combination of silver, polished steel, and black. Of course, that combination of platinum case and black dial is distinct of the black label and unique to the black label. And of course, we have this polished inner bezel of stainless steel that has been discontinued for this year. It provides a reflective and I would even say enlivening element that the current matte finished hobnail dials don't quite achieve. The hands at center, contrary to most Journe watches, are not blued. They are polished and mirrored just like the inner bezel itself. And you can see that there are radially arrayed Arabic numerals with a railroad track outboard for the minutes to be read. We have a perpetual calendar that is comprehensive with a day, a date, a month, and then coaxial with the hands at center, a leap year phase indicator. The watch has a 120-hour indicated power reserve, but that's the chronometric or accurate power reserve. If you want it to run less accurately, it can run for almost 7 days before it actually drops dead, as it'll go for 160 hours. Now, most of the functions of the calendar can be adjusted using the quick set in the crown. Journe hates pusher adjusters that mar the flanks of the case and require you to use some sort of tool, which inevitably gets lost, resulting in most people just using a pen or a pencil to set their calendars. So Journe wanted everything to be settable through the crown, and the one function that was not, the month indication, let me see if I have enough nail to dig out this month lever. It is flush fit. Unfortunately, guys, I manicure these nails immaculately for you, but they work against me. You can see, even if I don't manage to dig out this lever, that there is a month actuator underneath the lug that allows you to set the month, and that is the only indication on the dial that cannot be set using the crown, and then it hides flush at 1 o'clock when you don't need it. So rolling over, caliber 1300, still 18 karat rose gold. There have been some changes since the earliest 1300s. First, it is made of gold. The rotor is cut on a rose lathe, real guilloche with a grand dorche or barley corn pattern, and it's 22 karat. Unlike the earliest octas, it is a unidirectional winder. It uses ceramic rotor bearings. It's more efficient than bidirectional with steel. Also important, you can see that it's actually better decorated as the bevels on Journe watches have been getting better and better. They're more mirrored now and less obviously machined, and the movements are getting better at the detail level. We have a lot of black polishing on steel components, including screws, and then there are circular Cote de Genève across the bridges, and there's engine turning on the base plate with satination on the wheels. Again, 160-hour power reserve, 21,600 vibration per hour beat rate, a big high inertia balance, and a free sprung architecture to take a precise adjustment and then retain it in the face of bumps or concussions on the wrist. 5-position adjustment, that's the standard for chronometers, that's the standard for high horology, and FP Journe's goal was always to create a automatic winder with the accuracy of a chronometer. The timepiece need not be adjusted until the year 2100 due to the perpetual calendar. Leap years and irregular length months are fine, and it's 30 meters water resistant, so while sporty, it's not quite a sports watch, but then you have an elegant 48 for that. Reach out to me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.